Okay, so we are going to make shrimp scampi tonight per the request of my students. They requested that I go live and make something yummy tonight. So shrimp scampi it is. This is actually like a super easy, one of my favorite weeknight meals, literally 15 minutes tops. It's one of my favorites. So first thing I do when I get home and I'm gonna make shrimp scampi is I start a pot of water. Hey, Jameson. I start a pot of water, about halfway full, nice deep pot, because I'm making this with angel hair, which is a very long, very skinny pasta and it cooks super, super fast. Okay. I also have a nonstick frying pan warming up right now over medium heat. I put my shrimp in the refrigerator this morning to thaw. So now they're drying on a towel. I'm going to make this with asparagus. I'm going to leave it in the elastics. And I'm going to show you why in just a minute. You need lemon, kosher salt and black pepper, my favorite. You all know that. And garlic, signature scampi flavor, as well as either chicken stock, or if your parents cook with wine, you can use white wine with parent permission. Okay. So, can't forget the fat, butter and olive oil. Okay. So I'm actually going to make a double batch tonight and make 2 pounds because my family loves this and they will all eat it tomorrow as well. So we don't like to just have enough for one meal. I got to make it for 2. So my pan's warming up. My pasta's almost ready, or my water's almost ready. I miss you too, Jameson. So I'm going to start and put some olive oil in my frying pan now that it is getting hot. Okay. My asparagus, I'm actually going to blanch it first. So when you blanch it, it means you cook it really fast in hot boiling water, and then you pull it out. So I'm going to take my elastics here, make sure they're nice and snug, and I'm going to cut off the bottom of my asparagus. We call that like the woody end. If you've ever eaten asparagus, the bottom part where like it's kind of purpley tends to be a little dried out and really chewy. It'll get stuck in your teeth, and it doesn't taste very good. So I just cut off the bottom ends. I leave it all the way in the elastic. Okay, so you guys can see. All right, oops, too far. So I leave it in the elastic and I just cut off like the bottom 2 inches. Okay. If you guys compost, you can compost this stuff. My dog actually really likes asparagus, so sometimes she'll chew on it. I know it's weird, but then you're left like this, and it makes it really easy to blanch it really quick because we're just going to season it at the end. I don't want to overcook asparagus because then it gets really mushy and it's kind of gross. So we blanch it and then pull it out and then season it in the scampi sauce. All right, so set my asparagus and I'm going to blanch off to the side. I'm going to wait for the pot to come to a boil and then I'll blanch them. Oh, there it goes. So my pot is boiling. Perfect. It's getting kind of hot. Pull the lid off. Okay. And I'm going to throw my asparagus bunches in just like this with the elastics on. Okay. Literally like 90 seconds. That's all it takes. Okay. So I'm going to grab a plate to put those on when they come out. Okay. All right. My pan is nice and hot now. With the oil, we can add the shrimp. Before I put the shrimp in the pot, however, I am obviously going to season it with, you guessed it, kosher salt and black pepper. Okay. Do not be afraid to season your food. Don't be afraid. Season your food. All right. Lots of salt and black pepper. All right. I'm going to smash up a couple cloves of garlic. Just give it a rough chop. Put it in the oil. The reason I'm leaving it really big is so I can pull it out later. You don't have to do that. You can definitely like mince it up. Yay! I'm so glad you're taking culinary, Bryant. Oh, that makes me so happy. It's so good to see you guys. All right, so just giving the garlic just a rough chop. Obviously, the more surface area you expose of the inside, the more garlic flavor you're going to get. So garlic in the olive oil. Okay. Let that go around a little bit. Once it gets fragrant, meaning you can smell it, it means you're ready to go. 90 seconds is up. I'm gonna pull out my asparagus. Look at how bright green it is. Isn't that crazy how green it gets? Okay. All right, so asparagus is blanched. We're gonna let it cool. Doesn't take very long. You do not want to overcook asparagus. All right, now I'm gonna take my shrimp and put them in my pan. Bryant, who do you have for culinary? Oh. Did you guys see my ice? Oh yeah, Chef Newport's awesome. Did you guys see my ice cream video where I sang some Frozen for you? My friend saw that and was like, oh my gosh, you definitely teach middle school. I was like, I sure do. If I'm singing Frozen to my kids. All right, again, season with enthusiasm. What am I going to do? You should hear my son. He just yelled, season with enthusiasm. See, he's yelling season with enthusiasm from the living room because I've even beat it into my children that we season with enthusiasm. All right. Again, with shrimp, it is really, right? I know. It is really important that they are dry when they go in the pan. So that's why they were sitting on paper towels. When you get them really, really dry, they cook really fast. So put the lid back on there to bring the pasta back up to a boil. Shrimp are done when they are curled and pink. You don't want them to like seize up and like turn into like shriveled little like dead things. You just want them to curl. You want them to go from like, I don't know, like a yawn to like a laugh. Okay. All right. Now let's get the shrimp seasoned. I got my lemons. My favorite tool, the zester. I'm going to take some skin off the lemon, some zest. Okay. All right. Tons of good, yummy oils in the skin of the lemon. That's called zest. Okay. It's fragrant. It's absolutely delicious. It makes it all smell so good. Okay. Once you have your lemons zested, cut it in half. All right. You do not need a citrus press. However, it comes in handy. If you don't have a citrus press, microwave your lemon for like 15 seconds. Just enough to soften. I'm dropping things. If I do it 3 times, I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket. Okay. Microwave your lemon for like 15 seconds. If you don't have a citrus press. Okay. So lemon over there. Do it again. Okay. The reason we do citrus with fish is because it cuts through that like fishy taste. Not that the fishy taste is bad, but you want to enhance it, not make it worse. And a lot of times we make it worse if we don't add acid. The acid adds brightness and highlights the good parts of the fish, not this was caught in the ocean and has been in the freezer for who knows how long, which is what usually happens with shrimp. Okay. So my water's back to boiling. All right. Season pasta water liberally with salt. Liberally with salt. Okay. Angel hair. Dump it right in. Okay. It starts to soften almost immediately. So just stir it around until all the noodles are under the water. Like I said, it starts to soften almost immediately. All right. almost immediately. There we go. All right. Do not overcook angel hair. 5 minutes. That's it. That's it. 5 minutes. Do not overcook it. It will turn to glue. Okay? All right. So, because this is not just the sauce that I'm cooking the shrimp in, it actually becomes the sauce for the pasta. Okay, we have to add some more things to it. Okay, so this is 2 pounds of shrimp. Normally I do 1 pound. I do 1 bag of shrimp. This is 2 pounds, so I'm going to add an entire stick of butter. So you can cut it up so it melts faster or throw the whole thing in. That's up to you. We're here for speed tonight, so I'm going to cut it up just into a couple chunks so it cooks down a little bit faster. All right. This is making the sauce for the scampi. I forgot the Parmesan. All right. If you do not have like a wedge of Parmesan, you can definitely just use shaker parm, but it tends to be a little drier. Fresh parm like this just has a more rich flavor. Okay. Letting that cook down. Give the pasta another stir. Okay. All right. And I'm going to add my wine. You can add white wine, you can add chicken stock, either works. Obviously, you're going to cook with what your parents let you cook with. So chicken stock works perfectly well, no issue. All right. So I'm just going to raise this up to a boil so everything comes up to temp. And by the time that's done, we'll be ready to toss it together and we'll be done. Okay. Perfect. All right. I've got my garbage plate over here. Remember to keep an easy place to put your garbage as you cook. That way it doesn't take over your workspace. And then it's really easy to clean up at the end. All right. Parmesan is ready. I'm going to grab a colander for my pasta. So that I can drain it here in just a second. Because we have just under a minute left. I'm going to test it, see if it's, you know what? It can be done, okay? And we're only at 3.5 minutes. Test your pasta. Don't always trust the clock. All right. I'm going to turn the heat way down on my big pot because I'm going to put everything back in it with the sauce. Okay, drain this real quick. Oh, I forgot to mention before you drain your pasta, save some pasta water. It sounds crazy, but the starch in the pasta water helps the sauce stick to your food. All right. And that little tidbit goes for any pasta. Save your pasta water. Okay. So I put the noodles back in the big pot. It's over low heat back there. All right. My sauce is just about done over here. Okay. All right. And I'm actually going to pull my shrimp out and throw them in the pot. with the noodles because I want to cook my asparagus really quick in this sauce and imbibe some of that garlic butter lemon flavor in the asparagus. Okay. But everybody in my house loves shrimp. My kids love it. They ask for it all the time. I swear all I do is battle them to eat some protein other than shrimp. It's their favorite thing to eat. And normally, so like if you were to go out to a restaurant and get shrimp scampi, like the whole dish would be probably like $17 or $18. And I can make this whole dish for about $15. So I'm feeding 4 of us for what it would normally cost for 1 person. All right, so, and my husband's home. So now that the shrimp are all out of the sauce, I'm just gonna put the asparagus in there for a hot minute and let them soak up some of that flavor. Ooh, there goes the dog. And again, season. Okay. While that shrimp soaks up flavor, Parmesan. You can never have too much parm, ever. If anyone tells you that's too much parm, cut them out of your life. You don't need that kind of negativity. There's no such thing.
Okay, Miss Goldberg.
So much parm. Okay. Put some parm on the asparagus. I love parm. All right. So that's enough for the asparagus. Soaks up all that good flavor. Move it back to the pan. Okay. There we go. Yummy, yummy. I'm going to put all this good sauce in the pot. Okay. And we're just going to let the pasta and everything soak that up. All right. This is exactly what we want. And you guys obviously can't see it because my pot's super deep and I don't have like a fancy camera. But so it looked like a whole lot of liquid and now it is almost completely absorbed in the pot. So let's see what this looks like. All right, so I love pasta bowls. It's like a shallow bowl, okay? I love pasta bowls. So we're gonna take some pasta. Make sure we get the shrimp on there. They tend to sink to the bottom. Okay. All right. Pasta, yummy shrimp. Grab some asparagus. Okay. Some cracked pepper. A little more parm because, you know, I love it. And there you go. Less than 20 minutes, weeknight shrimp scampi. Can't beat it, right, guys? All right. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you all later.